Being unique has never been easier, if you're stealing. Hi, my name is Dorian Wills, and like you, I'm a creative, and this channel is all about helping you build the tools and methods for you to go out there and create your best work. The essence of stealing is really about deconstructing to then reconstruct in the language used within our creative to create something fresh and interesting, what we call unique. So understand, you're not rewriting the code. You're simply rearranging the code, taking the sum of many parts to create something that feels nostalgic but new. So to kind of back me up here, Gary Panter in the book by Austin Kleon, Steal Like an Artist, has this amazing quote. If you have one person you're influenced by, they'll say you're the next whoever. But if you rip off 100 people, they'll say you're so original. So there's stealing in the way that you present your work. So that could be the social media, the marketing, the way that people critique your work. And then there is stealing within the content that you create. So that's what we're going to be dealing with today. Not really dealing with the marketing side. Now, if we're talking about getting paid for your creative endeavors, then the marketing side is something you don't want to really miss. You don't want to leave aside. So today I want to talk about 4 things you can add to your toolkit of mastering your craft. Number 1, copy verbatim. Now, this one is something that I overlooked for so many years. I like to just create in the spirit of, not understanding that copy verbatim forces you to have to look into those details and why do they work, to be able to then use those for yourself to create the things you want to share. I'll give you an example. I remember for the first time, I recreated a song by Ariana Grande. Song doesn't matter. Let me tell you, it was terrible. But the things I learned in the suffering of trying to figure out the chords, trying to figure out what's the drums doing. Oh, wait, she's adding that percussion element in the back. Oh, that's what gives it this swing. That's what gives it this groove. That's how she makes me feel this way within the song, the way she's singing it like this. It forced me to go to the details, which when you get really good at a particular craft, you start to understand that it's these little details stacked up that make someone a master, that makes someone great. Anyone could be good at most things. I kind of stand by that. Being great is in the level of details. And I'm about details. I'm about really becoming a master. And I think you are too. So we want to be able to copy something verbatim. Now, you don't want to spend every waking second on this. You don't want to spend too much time, but you need to make this a part of your repertoire. I would say, especially if you're starting in your journey, I would start with this first. All right. Then we're going to go to number 2, creating in the spirit of. So now you're going to take those things that you learned from number 1, copying verbatim. Now you've already taken your favorite artist, your favorite song. You've tried to recreate it. It's probably terrible. That's okay. Now you want to start creating something else that you would say, this will be on the same playlist. This may be on an Instagram post or on an Instagram page. Wouldn't it be crazy to be beside it or close to it in content? So if you've ever been to the site DeviantArt, there's all types of art there. Let's say a Simpsons made in a SpongeBob style, or you'll find something like a SpongeBob made in an anime style. For someone to be able to do that, that means they understood what makes that character on a deeper level. So now step 3, what we want to do here is we're going through steps 1 and 2 with many different artists, many different forms of our creative, and adding it all together. You're literally cherry picking from each parts that you love from one artist, one that you love from someone else that's doing something you enjoy, from some other style you enjoy, and then you're putting it all together, a jambalaya of ideas and creations, and you're creating something yourself. Again, what we talked about, what Gary Panter talked about, it's important to do this many times, many different types of things, many different types of artists, because that's what's going to help build you slowly out of the pack rather than just copying someone. Now you're starting to build something that is fresh and that is new. The most important piece, though, of combining these things together from step 1 and 2 is step 4, which is simply practicing. You got to get the reps up. Reps are more important than anything. If you did only one of these steps, but you did 10 times, 100 times more reps than someone who went through this whole thing meticulously, the person with more reps, I would bet, would beat everybody out. Reps are really going to help you build the mastery itself. So I would say, especially in the beginning or middle of your journey, prioritize reps. Get that under your belt to where you feel like you can do this sleeping. Once you can do this sleeping with one particular artist, you want to move on to another artist. Once you start combining it now and you feel comfortable, then we want to peel back the wraps just a little bit, focus on quality. When I say quality, that doesn't necessarily mean take a longer time. I'll give you an example. I like to produce at least one beat a day. Now, there's seasons where that might be one beat every 2 days because now I'm trying to lock in and finish beats, because I start a lot of beats where I'll have a melody, 8 to 16 bar loop that just gives me ideas when I go to write. But then I'll have seasons where it's like, you know what? I've been creating a lot of loops lately. Let me go in and just finish a whole song. So then I'll spend a week like doing less loops. Maybe I'll just do one beat a day or do one beat every few days. But then I'll take my week to say I produce a song, write the song, rearrange it, mix it, and then master it, and then finally release it. You have to figure out ways to keep yourself accountable. You want to make sure whatever you're creating and whenever you decide that you're going to go through that quality phase, that you're making sure that you're accountable, whether it's to an online presence or to someone in your life that you know is going to give you honest feedback and is not going to allow you to sabotage yourself. Again, these are merely tools to help you on your journey of mastery. Go out there, create, be great. Peace.